Hello everyone, happy Friday. Today we are making pressed flora supplies. For this craft we are using recycled materials such as Monopoly cards, arcade tickets, Polaroids, paint sampler, and water jugs. So stay tuned to get started. So I love using pressed flowers and leaves in my junk journal, as you can see here. So we are making some supplies to help you add nature in your journal spreads quicker. As you see here, I glued the flora when I'm doing the spread, but I think that making the supplies will help me make it easier when journaling outdoors. Okay, so let's start with the bigger ones. This one is paint samplers. I don't think this needs much explanation. It's just a lot of Mod Podge. Okay, let's do this one first. These are Monopoly cards that you could turn into stamps or tags. For this, I use some of my scraps. This is dyed tissue paper. I love using tissue paper because it has a transparent, translucent look. Tissue paper glues very well into basically anything, so you will not need much glue for this one. You can do as many layers as you wish. Okay, I'm done with 2 layers. Now let's add some flora. This tiny flower had a lot of petals, so I had to make sure that everything was glued down. The next idea is the arcade tickets. This is one of my favorites because you can make a bunch at a time. You can easily make a little roll to take with you anywhere you go. And again, let's use scraps. These are coloring pages scraps. A napkin that I used for some watercolor practice. I like a weathered look, so that's why I'm cutting it like a savage. You can do it however you want. This is tissue paper. And just a paper that I did some DIY stamps and doodles. And just add whatever flora that fits. These are my mini floras, mainly leaves. Next is using clothing tag or tags that comes in purses that sometimes are really thick. And I'm using the same scraps to make it cohesive. Now let's add a flora. I decided to add a fern. I had to cut it because it was too big and I didn't want to cover the whole tag. The next idea is using Polaroid gone wrong. Just cut the center with an X-Acto knife and it will leave a frame. For this we will need to add a backing to be able to add the flora, so I used some cardboard. And you are gonna cut it the same size of the outer line, not the inside. I marked the inside to know exactly where I'm going to add the flora. And I'm gonna add an onion dyed paper into the cardboard. Now I'm just adding the flora, making like a little scene. Now add glue in the border to add the Polaroid. Add a paperweight or some paper clips to make sure it adheres well. Next is this specimen card that is two-sided. I found this cutting rod plastic and I loved the colors, so I had to use it. Cut the size that you want. Make sure the cardboard you're gonna cut out is basically the same size. I folded it in here, but I could easily just cut like 2 panels and glue them. I created like a window template. Now to cut the windows, make sure to use a sharp X-Acto knife so you could cut both windows at the same time. Now I'm gonna use this map, and of course, because I like the scrappy look, I'm gonna cut it into pieces and then add it. Okay, so I added the plastic, but I made it really hard for myself because I only had two openings. If I cut one of the sides, I could have added the flora way easier. Now for the last ones, I use water jugs. I cut out the flattest side of the water jug. I also use a water bottle cap. I cut the center with an X-Acto knife. And now I'm gonna cut a circle with the circle puncher to add it to the bottle cap to make like a little shaker. This idea came to life when I was doing a journal spread. I had a shell, but I didn't want to crush it, so I used a bottle cap. And of course, we're not gonna throw away this piece. We're gonna make it into a charm. For this, I used packaging tape. I laid the tape with the sticky side up. Now I'm going to add the plastic. And now choose the flora that you want and just add it to the center of the plastic. You can leave it with just one side of tape, but for me, to make it last longer, I fold it to have tape both sides. And we are done. Here are the supplies that we made today. If you like this kind of video, please comment below to let me know to make more videos like this, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching.